You may be wondering why I'm sitting here in my car with my car's ECU, but this is a second ECU that I got. More specifically, this is a Boost Dynamics tuning ECU. This ECU has anti-lag, two-step, and a burble or pop tune, whatever you want to call it. I got this tune a little while ago, thanks to my buddy Noah. He found it for me. I'm going to throw it in right now. The reason it's out is because I went on like a 2-hour trip, and I usually don't like to drive long distances with this in because the car doesn't really like it that much. It usually throws a code for the run flap delete, which I have, but this ECU doesn't know that. But I'm going to throw it in right now, and you'll be able to see what it's like. So to get to it, just got to pull off this weather stripping here, and then this is a plastic piece. I guess you could say it's part of the shroud. You'll pull that off, and then here, this is the box that houses the ECU. So we'll pop this off and get the stock one out. So as you can see so far, this is actually super easy. Like I said, you just pull all that stuff off. The first time we did it, there was a bracket in this box that went across the ECU. As you can see, we drilled out the rivets that held on the bracket. It's just more of a safety thing so people don't steal your ECU. Not really necessary. I'm not worried about it. But like I said, this is super easy. You just undo the box, open it up, and then you pull these. There's 2 of them, and they come off, and there's 1 in there. If you hold them side by side, you could see that they're identical, except this one just has a sticker on it with the label of the exact tune that's on there. Obviously they hook up the same, so we'll plug this one in. Alright, so that's all put back together. Now, you just have to put the car in accessory mode so that the ECU can relearn itself. So you can hear that whining, and that's just the throttle body opening up and the ECU just relearning itself. The cold starts with this ECU in are usually pretty good, so hopefully it will be good this time. Not every time. Sometimes they're pretty quiet, but usually they're pretty loud. Well, that cold start was a huge letdown. It went straight to 900 RPMs. Sometimes with this ECU in, I guess it's not cold enough. Today it's about 40 degrees, but it'll usually cold start at about 1200 RPMs, and it sounds really good. All right, so it's been a minute since I last filmed. I had to do some stuff. Picked up a suction cup because my old one broke, and I picked up my friend. He's in the car. But we're out here. We're at a good spot to actually drive the car and show off this tune. Alright, so first I want to show you the burbles. They're pretty good when you're coming down on the RPMs, like when you let off the gas. Sometimes it's more than a burble, it's a pop. So I have the GoPro mounted to the back of the car with the new suction cup pointed at the exhaust so you can really hear it. So we'll start off with the burble tune. So I just did a few drive-bys so you can hear the pops and the burbles. Sounds pretty good. It only really does it like good in the lower RPMs. Like as you can tell, I was driving by really slow. It's kind of harder to hear at higher speeds, so that's why I drove by about 15-20 miles an hour just so you could really hear them. So like I mentioned, this is a stage 2 tune with anti-lag, two-step, and the burble and pop tune. So you've seen the burbles and the pops. I'm going to show you the anti-lag and the two-step here in a second. But like I was saying, this tune adds about, I think, 80 horsepower or so to the car. and with other stuff I have done, I would say the car with this tune in is around 300 horsepower, give or take. It definitely feels like it. Like I said, when I drove home with the stock ECU, it was just so much slower, such a big difference. But yeah, so I'd say about 300 horsepower for this, and it's just fun driving, listening to it pop and bang all the time. But so here's the, I guess you could call it two-step or whatever you want to call, anti-lag, whatever. Either way, it makes a lot of noise. Alright, so we left the location we were at just because we had been making a lot of noise and we didn't really want to stay there and continue doing that. So we're back at my friend's house now. My buddy Steve, he was helping me film. So we're here. But yeah, so that's pretty much all there is to that tune. Like I said, I could throw the specs for it up on the screen just so you get a better look. But it increases boost. I would say it adds, I don't even know, probably 70-ish horsepower. I could be way off. Like I said, I'll try to find the specs of the tune itself and put them on the screen so you could see. But like I was mentioning, there's two things that that really stand out about this tune that the car doesn't like. One of them being that it cuts out and goes into limp mode if you're like really getting on it. That's the main reason I don't drive it on long distances, because it cuts out. It's almost kind of dangerous if I need to merge on a highway and I have absolutely no power. It's kind of dangerous. So I try to not drive on long distance trips with it like that. Alright, so let's see if we can get it to go into limp mode here. Yep, and there it goes. So my foot is on the floor. I don't know if you can see that, but that's as high as it'll go. It's in limp mode right now. I just had it absolutely pinned in third gear, and the car would not go over $4,000. It goes in and out of the limp mode really easily and quickly. It all depends on how you drive. There's no set way to drive to make it like go in or not, like stay out of limp mode. It's mostly just when you're getting on it hard. It'll stay good for like 1 or 2 gears, and then you'll shift into third gear and it'll limp. So it's weird, but like I showed you, I was in third gear, my foot to the floor, and it wouldn't go over $4,000. I hope you all enjoyed this video. That's gonna do it. I just wanted to make something showing the tune. I've had it for a few months now. I definitely enjoy it. It's fun. It's nice to have driving around town, stuff like that. But I'm gonna try to get it figured out and get something that works for this car and is a little bit more reliable. But that's it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.